Hello there, everyone. My name's LaKendra Williams. I'm doing an individual project video to talk about how my boss and I overcame our conflict. Cause first we had some issues, some disagreements and issues, but I did this project to document how the beginning stages, how our conflict was rocky, and then how we overcame it with using the strategy that I learned in my intercommunication system course, and also all the different literature that I used to help with this matter. Okay, first I wanted to kind of give some backside story about the conflict between me and my boss. First, it started at the beginning of the school year. I'm a teacher for preschool kids. Um, it started beginning of the school year when we changed supervisors, and pretty much she became our new supervisor. And you know how that is when you have a new boss. They come in there and try. Some bosses come in there easing way into things and get to know the staff, but with her, she wanted to jump in there and tell us what to do right away without really getting to know the staff. And so a lot of us was used to a supervisor who's more caring, who's more like empathetic with our needs and asking us ways for us to help the school. Because we used to all working together to run the school, because we are a very team-driven school. We wasn't used to having somebody telling us what to do and how to do it and telling us our way is wrong. So pretty much when my professor, Professor Escobar, presented us with this project, I decided I should talk about me and my boss because I feel like I want to have a good relationship with her. Even if we just keep it professional, I just want to have that because I'm seeing her every day. I'm dealing with her with my kids. I just want us to have a better bond. So I decided to do my project on her and I to work on this matter, and I use a couple of strategies. First, I did was I wrote a plan, and this is my plan. I'm gonna show you stuff throughout the video. This is my paper that I did, and I will talk about points from the paper. And I also use two great literatures. One of them is from our class. It's Difficult Conversations. I call it the Bible because you need this if you're going to work with people. You need this book to help you guide how to deal with difficult conversations with different people, and also a peace in everyday relationships. And this help you have relationships with people in your daily life and do it in a peaceful way. And also, what I did was in my project, I also documented all my steps in my journal. And my professor checked it every week to make sure everything I'm following it correctly according to my plan. So pretty much here we go. So pretty much the intro is that one of our biggest conflict that made me do this project was pretty much we on through the week, me and my assistant would put the toys away. And however, we noticed when we put the toys away, who's watching the kids? Kid care supervision is very important at my job. So we decided if the parents say they want to help us. So we let the parents help. However, one day the parent forgot to put the toys away. So towards the end of the day, my boss came and said, "Who did not put the toys away?" I said, "Our parents forgot. We totally sorry." "No, you need to put the toys away." And she came in with attitude, shaking her head and hands on her hip, just coming at me in a certain way. So I'm like, and my sister. So we looked at each other like, okay, we apologize, and everything. I kind of like did not like to be talked to. On other occasions where we had a situation at work regarding the kids or regarding ourselves, no, my way is right, your way is wrong, that type of thing. And I just kind of just got fed up. I said, I want to explode, but of course that's not a way to do things, to go backwards and forth and argue with your boss. I never wanted to be that type of employee to argue with my boss. So I decided to do is use some of these strategies. And the first thing I decided to do was I realized one of my problems is that I always avoid conflict because everybody's, oh, you're nice, LaKendra, you're super nice. Yes, I agree. I'm a really nice person. I don't like to fight with nobody, especially with people who have authority over me because I don't want to lose my job. So pretty much I learned this strategy. I learned it not just in my 543 intercommunication course. I also learned this in my conflict resolution class. Um, so I'm using it hand in hand. It was one of my key components in this project. Is called the the five conflict modes, which is the Thomas Kuhlman conflict mode instrument. And I did complete the instrument, not just for this class, for my other course too, and pretty much the same findings. So I'm gonna give you a little backside story what that is, because everybody may not know what the Thomas Kuhlman conflict instrument is. So pretty much there are five approaches to deal with this. It's a way it's 5 personality types that people have, and my other professor in my other class even stated that you have to have a balance between the two. In my conflict resolution course, you have to have a balance to have a good way to solve conflict. However, when I took my test for both classes, I scored very high in 2 areas, and I scored low in the rest. And I wasn't too surprised. I'm gonna go over what those 5 types are, and then reveal what I am. So pretty much, competing, which is more ways you more pushing your point. That's more like my boss, like chopping at you, telling you I'm right, you wrong. Aggressive way of solving conflict. The next one is accommodating, which is you there for everybody. You put yourself last. You kind of help everybody else solve their problem, but you put your needs last when you solving your conflict. Avoiding is when you avoid conflict altogether. Like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. Bad timing. I'm come back to that when it's better. Collaborating is when you use other people. You come together and kind of brainstorm, work together to solve the conflict. Then compromising is you find a way to compromise. You find a middle ground to solve your problems instead of one person kind of like compromise. Okay, this is the way we're gonna find our problem. Pretty much, I found out I was 2 things. I was very high. I had a 10 in both. I wasn't too surprised. I was accommodating and avoiding. And I was not surprised because I always avoid conflict. Even as I was a young child, I never wanted to fight because I never wanted to get in a confrontation. And and accommodating because in my personal life and work life, I'm always there to help everybody, even people who disrespect me. I always find a way to overcome it. However, I wanted to make that change, and this is the way I made this change. I was reading my peaceful relationship book, and I found out I need to be more assertive, very assertive. And they mentioned in the book that in order to be assertive, you have to express your feelings and avoid and deal with the conflict right away. Don't just wait until later. Just deal with it right away. So finally, we had a staff meeting, and that's when me and my boss decided to talk about our feelings privately. And that's why I told her I did not like the way you talked to me, an attitude, use very negative tone of voice, and I'm coming from a place that I'm used to working collaboratively with my supervisor, not talking at me and all that. So she apologized. She said, "I'm sorry that I did that. I was stressed." She let her know her feelings, which is more with the conflict resolution book, which is about us listening to each other's feelings and first identifying the conflict. So, of course, we identified already saying it was tone of voice and all that stuff and attitude. And then after that, our feelings. So I talked about I didn't like her acting that way. Then she said, "Well, I'm sorry, but I was stressed, and the toys had to be put away." Then we both found a way to solve that problem. It took time, it didn't happen right away. It took over time. So pretty much me and her both said, if we have a problem, always tell each other right away. Don't wait and pull each other to the side. So she did apologize to me, which is really awesome because I was nervous about her because she had the strong persona. But but then our roles, we had different roles. Both our roles was being active listeners, both problem solvers, and to work together as a team. And of course, we both just listened to each other. That was key because in order to solve conflict, we both have to hear each other's sides. And then also the power dynamics is very key in conflict resolution. So first she used more power over, which is a term we learned in our HD 543 course, which is more using her authority, like, yeah, my way is right, your way is wrong type thing. My power, I'm the boss, I could tell you what to do. With me, I wanted to use more power with, which is more was using our powers together. Because she's a supervisor, I'm a teacher, but she used to be a teacher, so that's good to see. So she could kind of see both sides. I want her to see my point of view as being a teacher. So me and her over time talked about those strategies and how we could work together and to use our powers together to make the school one better. And also, it took us time, but it did happen. And then, of course, our cultures, and it's not just race I want to talk about, because we both African American women, but also women's a big culture, because I learned in my course that women want to build bonds together, women want to work together. However, it's really hard in a working field with women working together, because women feel like they always have to fight to that power. Like, I want to be powerful. I don't want to use my women card. Like, oh, I'm a woman, you a woman. Let's be best buddies. Sometimes women just want to step over, have their power and not show their sensitive side. Cause they feel they show their sensitive side, then they weak or soft. And that's why my boss, she was always strong. She never showed her softer side until later in our project. So pretty much, to talk about all that, pretty much the outcome was, after times of us talking, she opened up to me. She started talking to me because it's a thing we learned about how people act outside of work and in work, like how to keep their personal life personal, how to keep their work life. First, it's all about work with her. Even when we try to talk, well, how's your family? Is straightforward. Finally, one day I asked her how's her family, how was her Thanksgiving. She opened up to me and said, my Thanksgiving was great. She expressed her thoughts and she had a smile on her face as I asked her that. So I thought that was really cool. So I kind of broke ground with her, not just with solving this conflict stuff, but also building a relationship. That's my common goal, to build a better bond with me and her. So pretty much over time, me and her start talking more and more, and I got to know her more as a person versus a boss. And she really is a nice lady. She told me once recently. She told me, actually, the reason I'm like the way I am, because I don't want people to think I don't know my job. I do know my job, and I want to step by knowing to stick by the books, because she's really about a books boss. She don't want no leeways or something happen and will come back on her. So she pretty much saying, I do this to protect our school, but I do care about my staff and I will fight for my staff. And so when we have meetings now, she asks us what our ideas are for activities and stuff, instead of her telling us what to do. Or if she said, if I said a certain thing, I apologize. And it was one day she was really upset about something. Sorry, my eyes watering. She was really upset about a situation, a fire drill or something that happened at the school. And she kind of was like upset. So I took it upon me. I came over, kind of calmed her. I kind of pat her on the back. It's okay. We're going to get through this. I kind of took the initiative and got my kids out of the classroom as quickly as we could without her stressing. And she kind of happy. She told me, I'm glad you took the initiative to help me. And I told her, see, I'm always here to help us. I'm not here just to say I'm better, you better. But we both, if we don't have each other, then the school can't run efficiently for the children or the parents. So that's pretty much me and her, a common ground. And we did say to each other in our last meeting, we are going to disagree to agree sometimes. There's going to be times that everything's not going to be perfect. But as long as we come to each other in a respectful tone of voice, and we respect each other as not just colleagues, but also as women, because women, we have to really work together. In the teaching world is mostly women. It's very, very few men in this field. But women, we have to come together, because we're going to be together for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So it's very important for us to work together as a team. So that's me and her discussed, and I really love this project because I felt like I learned some good strategies and everything to help me. So I'm gonna go over, kind of revisit more about step by step how I did things. I kind of did a backside story, kind of show our evolution. So pretty much with the sorry. So pretty much I learned to be I learned to not just to be accommodating and avoiding in the Thomas Kilman instrument. I also wanted to be more um, competing. I want to learn to be stronger and assertive, like the peace book said. I want to be more of an assertive person. So this taught me to be stand my ground in a respectful way. I never come at people in a negative way. In a respectful way, say I don't like the way you treated me. This is the way I think things should be done. Don't be scared to share my feelings or my thoughts. And into the difficult conversation, I learned to set the stage, which is I learned how to what happened in the conflict, then feelings, identify my feeling, and then identify how can we solve this conflict. That pretty much what me and my boss did over these weeks. After 12 weeks of doing this project, um, I documented my journal. So I had my good days and my bad days. There have been times the project didn't always, the approach always didn't work. Sometimes my boss might not be in a good mood. But then there have been days she opened up to me and said, okay, we could try that technique about working together, or we could use that. Like I tell her, our performance is a good way for me to use these strategy. I said, we should do this for our performance. And I was nervous to ask her, can we do a fashion show? I was really nervous because I thought she was like, no, we're not going to do a fashion show for preschoolers, because we learn about clothes. She said, yes, let's do it. And I was shocked. I said, what? She said, yes, I'm glad you came to me, LaKendra, because that's a great idea for the kids and for them to express their feelings. And I like that. And I told to my supervisor, okay, that's awesome. Cause I was nervous to even ask her, but see, because I learned all these strategies and tips and techniques I learned in my class, I was able to express to her, because in intercommunication, it's about making connections with people, and you interact with them every day, so shouldn't be scared to talk to your boss. So I just want to say, just thank you so much for letting me share this video with you all, and I really hope it's been helpful to you all. Thank you so much.